Elon Musk just Googled your name. What he found will leave you speechless. Imagine this. You're scrolling through your feed, minding your own business, when the wildest thought pops into your head. Elon Musk, the tech titan himself, typing your name into Google. At first, you chuckle. It sounds like the setup for some viral meme or a tabloid headline designed to hook you with absurdity. But the more you dwell on it, the weirder it gets. Picture Elon Musk, the guy who's literally reshaping the future with rockets, electric cars, and AI, doing something so mundane, so accessible to anyone with a smartphone. It's like imagining a superhero ordering takeout. But here's the twist. Google isn't some exclusive tool for the elite. It's the ultimate digital mirror, reflecting back pieces of your life, your achievements, your quirks, your forgotten moments, for anyone to see. And for Musk, it's no different. No secret clearances or insider hacks required. He just types, hits enter, and boom, your entire online existence unfolds before him like a personal dossier. Envision the scene. It's late at night in Austin, Texas, or maybe mid-flight on his private jet slicing through the clouds. Perhaps he's lounging in a dimly lit corner of a Tesla-designed studio, screens glowing like a futuristic constellation. Musk's mind is a whirlwind. Juggling Mars missions, brain-computer interfaces, or the chaos of running X, formerly Twitter, the wildest social media beast out there. In a rare moment of downtime, curiosity strikes. Maybe he spotted your name in a tweet reply, or it came up in a random conversation, or popped up in some obscure online thread that piqued his interest. Whatever the spark, he grabs his phone and types your name. The algorithms kick in, links bubble up, and suddenly, your scattered digital breadcrumbs, spanning years and platforms, coalesce into a profile right there on his screen. The results? Predictable at first. There's that LinkedIn profile you ditched ages ago, a half-baked snapshot of your career ambitions. A Facebook page that's mostly locked down but not foolproof. Maybe a Medium article you penned in a creative frenzy, now gathering virtual dust. If you've ever dipped a toe into the public web, posting on forums, uploading a YouTube video, leaving a review. It's all there, served up with eerie precision. But Musk isn't just skimming your resume or curated selfies. He sees the stuff you've buried, those silly college jokes, unfiltered opinions from your less polished days, photos tagged by friends without a second thought. He glimpses the patterns, your interests, the places you've been, the communities you've joined, as pieced together by Google's invisible machinery. Pause here. How does it feel to picture one of the planet's most influential figures poring over the trail of your digital life? Embarrassment hits first. You cringe at the outdated posts, the inconsistencies, the trivial bits that suddenly loom large under his scrutiny. But beneath that, a bizarre, dizzying thrill. Because for all his fame, Musk is human too, driven by the same idle curiosity that nags at us all. In this fantasy, you're the focus of that curiosity. Maybe he smirks at an old rant about traffic or a gushy movie review. Perhaps he notices you follow Tesla or SpaceX and checks if you've ever tagged him. Or he stumbles on a blog where you casually debated his futuristic visions, utopian or delusional. Whatever catches his eye sticks, even if just for a heartbeat. Being Googled by Elon Musk means entering his orbit, however fleeting, and his orbit has gravity. One tweet from him can crash markets or launch trends. Mention your name, and obscurity could shatter into unwanted fame. But let's not jump to viral dreams. Instead, linger on the intimacy of it all. Musk scrolling through your life's fragments on a search engine, impersonal, like any user skimming results, yet deeply personal because you're the subject. You never consented, but by living online, you've handed the internet the keys to archive your story. Google curates it, and now Musk is the audience. The weight builds as you wonder what he's seeing, what judgments he's forming. Impressed? Indifferent? Amused? Critical? It's a mystery, but knowing yourself makes you hyper-aware of the gap between your real self and the version Google spits out. The web doesn't capture nuance, it highlights the loudest bits, the anomalies, stripping context into clickable bytes. And those bytes are now in the hands of a man whose life is fused with tech's destiny. This imagined search doesn't just expose you. It shifts how you see yourself. Your digital footprint once felt distant, relevant only for job hunts or nosy friends. Now, under Musk's hypothetical gaze, it comes alive. That clever Instagram caption? Suddenly shallow. Your proud article? Inadequate. That heated forum comment? Reckless. You're replaying your online history through his lens, guessing the you he might infer. The paradox? You don't know why he searched, and you never will. It could be a passing whim, forgotten in seconds. But once imagined, it spirals, forcing self-reflection. What does your online presence really reveal? Who are you curating it for? And what if anyone, even Musk, can collapse the distance between worlds with a simple query? From there, speculation takes over. What if he finds something intriguing? A forum idea that echoes his projects, lingering in his mind and resurfacing later? The odds are tiny, but that sliver electrifies. You fantasize. An unexpected email, an invite, a shout-out in an interview, all sparked by this search. Yet darker possibilities creep in. What if he misreads a post, painting you as foolish or hostile? An unfavorable impression could shadow you invisibly. Musk's influence cuts both ways. Being noticed can be exhilarating or ruinous. Beyond the what-ifs, there's a quieter truth. This forces you to confront your digital permanence. Forgotten moments live on in databases, preserved forever. You've been performing for an unseen audience all along. Musk is just the most dramatic example. Countless others have Googled you before, employers, dates, acquaintances, each building their own fragmented you. But Musk's search amplifies the power imbalance. He doesn't just look, he can transform. One glance could tilt your life unpredictably. That vulnerability is the digital age's reality. Anonymity's veil is thin, a search pierces it. Musk, with his billions and empires, is just a guy with a phone, exercising the same curiosity as anyone. But his actions ripple. For him, curiosity catalyzes change. For you, it reshapes identity. As the thought sinks in, you see it as a mirror of our era. The Internet promises democratized voices, but amplification is unequal, shaped by algorithms and influencers like Musk. His search symbolizes the clash between the ordinary you and the extraordinary amplifier. Yet, it's humanizing. Musk, for all his power, Google's like the rest of us, peering into the same digital mirror. Curiosity unites us, equalizing billionaire and everyman. In the end, the idea of Elon Musk Googling your name is surreal, terrifying, thrilling. But it's grounding too. It humbles us, reminding that beneath the spectacle, we're all searching, knowing, glimpsing lives through screens. And that shared impulse? That's what truly leaves you speechless. Google is the Internet's most intimate mirror, offering fragments of who you are, what you've done, and what others have said about you. For Elon Musk, that mirror is as accessible as it is for anyone. He doesn't need a secret gate to some classified vault to learn about you. He simply opens a browser and, with a click, the world unfolds in his hands. The web's surface shifts and the fragments of years past. Breadcrumbs from a LinkedIn profile you hardly touch, a long-ago Facebook page, a blog post you wrote in a rush, come into view. If you've left any hint of yourself in public corners of the Internet, it surfaces, crisp as if you'd posted it yesterday. The content isn't curated for him, it's the sum of what you've scattered across the web. Picture him at a desk in Austin, or aboard a jet catching a moment between decisions, or tucked into a quiet corner of a Tesla studio where screens glow like constellations. He reaches for his phone, perhaps recalled by a casual mention, a reply to one of his tweets, or a thread that wandered into his attention. He taps in your name. And in the instant that search finishes, a consolidated portrait of you appears. Your professional history, your online footprints, the little private jokes you forgot you told. If you've ever done anything public, even just a comment in a forum or a video you uploaded for a burst of inspiration, those traces surface with eerie efficiency. Musk doesn't just see a resume or a chosen set of photos. He sees the dim corners you forget, the half-remembered college opinions, the posts you tagged with friends who didn't ask for permission, the offline person refracted through online echoes. He observes the pattern of your life, your interests, places you've been, communities you've joined. Then, in that still moment, you pause to consider what it would feel like to have one of the planet's most powerful minds cast a glance your way. Your first impulse is likely embarrassment. The outdated posts, the inconsistencies, the little details you've long since outgrown that suddenly feel monumental under his gaze. Yet there's something else, a curious, disorienting thrill. For all his fame, Musk is still a person, driven by curiosity like anyone else. And this curiosity happens to be directed at you. The initial impression could be casual amusement, a quick chuckle at an old tweet you wrote about traffic or a post you've since outgrown. He might notice you follow some of his companies, or see you mentioned him in passing. Perhaps he brushes past a blog you wrote debating the future of automation, a piece that still lingers in search results. Musk's glance isn't just a private moment, it's a catalyst. To be Googled by someone with his reach would, even in theory, tilt a life toward a different light. A single search could pull you from anonymity into a prickly, public gaze. But let's not rush into fantasies of instant virality. Sit with the intimacy of the act, the way a powerful stranger reads the bits of you laid bare in search results. It's both deeply impersonal and hauntingly personal because you're suddenly the subject of his attention. You didn't consent to this, and yet your existence online has already given permission to the world to archive you. Google merely reveals what's already there. Musk becomes the reader of that archive. The weight of the idea thickens as you imagine what he sees and what judgments might form. Is he impressed, indifferent, amused, or critical? You know yourself, or think you do, and that creates a tension between who you feel you are and what the snippets imply. The Internet rarely captures nuance. It magnifies the loudest notes, the most visible moments, stripping away context. Those fragments are now in the hands of a man whose life has become entangled with the future of technology. It's not just a private curiosity, it can become a lever, a spark, a headline. Pause again to consider the consequences. If he found something that drew his interest, it could linger in his mind, couched in a few keystrokes or a fleeting thought. Maybe a blog post that echoed his own ideas, perhaps a late-night rant that somehow aligned with his ventures. The possibility, though tiny, has a real charge. It could prompt an email, a nod in an interview, a chance invitation, or, worst case, a misread snippet that becomes a public talking point. The danger is not merely embarrassment, but the potential for amplified scrutiny, your private quirks, beliefs, or missteps magnified for millions to dissect. The act of being seen by him feels like a vivid reminder of the intertwined fates in the digital age. The Internet promises equal voices, yet the engines of amplification favor certain figures, certain timelines, certain narratives. Musk's attention is currency. A single tweet can move markets, spark waves of commentary, or redirect opportunities. To be noticed by him is to enter a powerful, unpredictable orbit. It's not just a moment of recognition, it's a disruption to your narrative, a collision between your carefully edited life and the harsh glare of a global stage. But even as the imagined gaze unsettles you, there's a shared thread that ties you to him, the same impulse to search, to know, to understand others through the lens of a screen. Musk, a titan of ambition, is still human enough to scroll, skim, pause, and move on, just like you and everyone else who uses a search bar. The difference is scale, not method. His attention can bend time, alter trajectories, and turn whispers into headlines. The power of being Googled by him sits in the possibility of transformation, not certainty. And yet there's a quiet triumph in this thought, too. It's a stark reminder of the fragility and permanence of our online selves. The web preserves moments long forgotten, locking them into a searchable archive that can outlive a casual memory. You have lived as a function of this digital environment, public or private, thoughtful or reckless, and Musk's hypothetical search makes that truth feel tangible. You're not just a name in a search box, you're a node in the vast network of human expression. The same system that holds his every tweet also holds yours, and the only real difference between you is scale. In imagining Musk's gaze, you glimpse the paradox of visibility, the empowerment that comes with being seen, and the vulnerability that accompanies it. He is not an invincible gatekeeper but a fellow reader of the same sprawling, imperfect archive. The distance between you and him narrows, not through a grand shared mission, but through the ordinary act of typing into a search engine. And perhaps that is the most astonishing part. Beneath the spectacle and supremacy, he is still a seeker, just like you. The thought lingers because it's surreal, overwhelming, even terrifying. Yet it also roots you in the shared truth of our era. A stranger's curiosity, amplified by power, can tilt the axis of a life. When Elon Musk Googles your name, you don't erase your identity. You illuminate it in a new light, acknowledging that your words, your lived moments, and your digital footprints are all part of a vast, interconnected story. The same engine that catalogs his world catalogs yours. The difference is not in the mechanism but in the magnitude of its reach. And so you sit with the uneasy wonder of it all. Not merely the idea of being exposed, but the deeper reckoning it prompts. The realization that visibility is the new currency, that attention can be meteoric, and that your online presence, whether you intended it or not, exists in a space where even the most extraordinary minds might pause, skim, and, for a moment, recognize you. It is, in its own strange way, profoundly human. The impulse to know remains universal, bridging the gap between billionaire and ordinary life, between Musk and you, through the simple act of typing a name into a search bar.